Dorn Scholars, it's Miss Vesselin here again on day 8 for your packet learning, for your ELA packet learning. So I'm going to go right to our assignments review, and today is to choose a sight word game from page 2 and 3 of the sight words packet. And in writing, I will get to that when we get to the writing part, but it is to write about yesterday's story. Greedy Fawn makes the mush. In your sight word spelling, remember this is our equity board. I changed up the words a little bit so you can say it, spell it, say it. You should know how to do this. Remember, we say the word and, we tap it, A-N, and we do that for all of these words. I also threw in, put some words in that we practice in the classroom, so none of these should be new words. Then our fluency reading, remember we tap it or pound it as we say the words. You also may slide it. I'm going to review the directions for Wordo in case you decide to play this game. Remember, you read as we put the cards out. You're going to pick more than what you need. So, for instance, I have 9 boxes, so I put 10 cards out, okay? But I'd review all of them. I could have put 12, but my screen would only fit 10. And then I put one of the words in each of the cards, and I shuffle them up, and I call it like bingo. When I have the card, I put it on my marker, and I can play, and then I can get bingo, okay? So you can try to see how many markers. You can play with multiple markers and see which box has it, or you can play it like tic-tac-toe also, okay? For our racetrack or reading racetrack game, here's mine, which is kind of fancy, but yours doesn't have to be. It can just be like a little circle with a line. And as long as you have something that you can move along as your card. You put your sight words face down in a pile, and you might want to shuffle them up. And you can also use another game board too. You can use Candyland or Chutes and Ladders or anything like that you can make your marker move. And then you're going to flip a card, just like we would play when we play Candyland in the classroom. We read the card, and then we get to move, okay? And it would be the same for a racetrack game. And then you're going to record your sight words. I have it on my little racetrack game. However, you could have it just write the word and then draw a little car around it. Pretty kind of fun to make your own little cards. Today's I have categories. I did not pick the quiz show one because I didn't think it would be an easy one for you to kind of look at. So I picked this one. And you're going to read as you put out the sight word cards, just like you did in Wordo. So as you put them out, you would read them. And then you're going to collect them. After you actually you read it, you put it face down. You read it, you put it face down on this one. Okay? And then you're going to shuffle them up. And you're going to pick a letter. So if you notice in my categories page, I might pick letter A, and then I'm going to think of 5 words that I could write for letter A. So I might put at, after, again, apple. It doesn't have to be a sight word. If you can, that would give you extra points though. Ask. And there's my 5. Let me see if I can think of another one. Again, there we go. I might have done that one. And then the next one, I would pick a different letter and I would continue on. And then I can double check for every sight word. You get to circle that number, and then you get that many points. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I always thought so. And you can use the back of your paper to write this. So you don't always need a new piece of paper. That packet is blank on the other side, so you can use that packet. So that way you don't have to find it again. You can do it on one of those. You could do it on the story since it's Greedy Fawn Makes a Mush. You can also do it on back of those pages. So don't feel like you have to get a new piece of paper to play these games. I did not put quiz show again in just because I thought it was a hard game for us, so I'm going to choose this. But if you want to play quiz show and show it, so document your writing, that is perfectly okay too. Okay, so I'm going to go to the assignments review. I'm going to put a check over the reading because I reviewed it. You're going to put a check when you finish your sight word game. I'm now going to go on to writing, and it says, in Greedy Fawn Makes the Mush, you read about how much Greedy Fawn loves Mom's chestnut mush. He loved it so much that he tried to do it himself. That was not a good idea. He should have asked his mom if they could cook together. Spend some time with the cook in your house. Help them in the kitchen. In your writing journal, write about what you did to help. Now, I know that in my house, when I was growing up, I was not allowed in the kitchen to cook because my family thought it was dangerous. So there was very limited things that I was able to help my mom or my grandmother with, or even my father with. So I know that you might also have that 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 issue. You may not be able to be allowed in the kitchen with your mom or your dad, and that is perfectly fine. So if that's the case, go back to the story and write about what Greedy Fawn did. Okay? So I understand that may not be an issue, maybe not be open to what you can do, but think about the steps that Greedy Fawn, or if you were going to make something. So say I was going to make cupcakes I love cupcakes and brownies. I actually am going to make brownies tomorrow. Think about the steps that you might need to make. I'm going to need to get my ingredients. I'm going to need to mix those ingredients, etc. So if you don't have something that you can write because your parents don't want you in the kitchen because it can be dangerous, then think about either something that Greedy Fawn did or think about something you could make that you might want to make. Okay, and then you can use your anchor chart to help you and you can write about it. Remember, if you run out of spices, you're going to flip it on the back and use the back. Remember, we should have at least 5 sentences in our writing. We introduce our topic, right? You're going to tell me. So in mine, it would be cupcakes. So I would say, I love to make cupcakes in the kitchen. Okay. One way first, right? There's our transitional words. First, I get all the ingredients, right? And then you can go your next, then also last. Okay. And remember, this anchor chart is to help you with your writing. So now that I'm going to notice that I'm going to review my assignments. Notice I have a check next to reading because we already did that. We played that game. And now I can put a check next to writing because I reviewed it with you. And you can put your check when you finish that section. If you've already done your math and science for the day, then you are finished. If not, head over and watch that video because you are finished with your reading and writing. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 9. Bye.